Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the first Home of I Am 2021. We will begin this evening, as is our custom, in honoring the tradition of our ancestors, which is to offer libations for all of the ancestors, all of the loved ones, all of our dear ones that have passed on to the next dimension. And so, as I pour libation into the earth, I ask that you, in your own space, in your own way, and in your own time, call out and share the name of your loved ones, of your ancestors that have passed on. And as I offer these libations, I say, Ashe.
Yes.
And again, I say, Ashe.
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 Asheo.
Catherine.
Hey,
Yes.
Jesse Kota, Willie Edward Richardson, Mary Casey Bay, Asheu, Big Mama. Yes, yes, yes. Names known and unknown. Yes, Ashe. Those who are yet to come, and those who have come back again and again. Hope you get your act together this time. Asheu.
Hey-oh.
I call out to injustice, to ask what it wants with me. It knows I am unhidden, but it cares not what I say. I call out to injustice, and fix what right should be. Why do I always feel like
Peace, love, and freedom. Welcome back to Home of I Am. We're here year 2. We are excited and happy to be celebrating our first year anniversary, right? So it's really great. We have all obviously been through a lot in life and the pandemic that everyone has experienced in their own unique way. But we are really happy and overjoyed that people are pulling through, making it happen, rising to high vibrations and high consciousnesses, if you will. So we're here year 2, and this segment or this intro won't be as lengthy, I should say, as the previous Home of I Am introductions. As a matter of fact, if you would like to find out more about our history and how we began and some of the thought processes behind Home of I Am, you can just please click on that link. It will say Home of I Am Meta LP, and that is my name, Meta LP. Some folks call me LP for short, so either's fine, okay? This season, we'll be welcoming some really powerful guests from all over the country and even abroad, right? We were able to do that last year and looking forward to continuing and even expanding these vibrations and opportunities with some really wonderful people. So we're very, very excited. Our format is very simple, and we'll put that up here, so it's a really simple format and a simple platform, but we really just enjoy having just very powerful people, you and our presenters and our artistic entertainers that will come in and express some wonderful art with everyone. We'd also like to, of course, share Home of I Am and some of the things that we are expanding to in our, what we call our AIM, AEM, our awareness and our expansion and our movement. And there's another link that Ed will put here that's called Jaleja Products, Jaleja Products. And on that link, you'll find just some fun things that we're doing. We're working in some real estate products and projects that are like eco green homes here in Atlanta, Georgia. We're having the wonderful opportunity to support some fantastic nonprofit groups. There's the Sledge Group, run by Deborah and Michael Sledge up in New York. There's a program here called YSC, Youth Striving for Excellence, that's run by a dear friend of ours, Mr. Gregory D. Johnson. And there's the, I think they're called the Dawn Breakers Toastmasters. Wonderful sister and friend of ours, Miss Anita Jefferson, will be supporting that as well. And we have our own nonprofit organization that's called PEP, P-E-P, where we prepare and we execute and we perform. So those are some of the things that you'll find on that Jaleja, J-A-L-E-J-A products.com website, okay? I think we also have some really uplifting and conscious expanding apparel that'll be there in the genres of music and some wonderful sports apparel and some what we call consciousness, right? So we're really looking forward to it. It's a great year. It's a year of transition. Some people say it's a year of reset. I often say that, we're sitting at this big galactic table, and I think we're all realizing, because it's been a lot of emotions, a lot of thoughts, and that's great, right? But I think we're realizing that maybe we don't all necessarily have to sit on each other's lap, eating off the same plate of food, right? I think we're in a space where we just all want to just sit down and just be together and have a good conversation, and we're finding our way through this process, and it's very understandable. And we're hoping, along with the other, you can call them spiritual walkers, way showers, people of light, people of expanded consciousness, good people, fun people that are here all around this beautiful planet, just contributing, doing what they can to help keep the vibration up, because it really is all about love. It's very difficult for what we may call or term evil or darkness to exist when there's a lot of love and light. I think, again, as I mentioned, that we are in this big reset, whether it's of consciousness, of financial systems, and we are also happy to witness, I should say, the AI or the alpha generation that is helping to usher in new services, new technologies, new discoveries. There's a great generation that's coming up underneath us, and we're part of it. We all have to adapt. I think we'll all raise our consciousness as we move through that. We see robotics are coming in, AI is coming in. It's a part of the new life and the new transition. Okay, we're all getting used to Zoom and so many other different things that just a short year ago, it's not really a part of all of our lives. We were all pretty busy, right? Moving and grooving and doing what we do. So, but we're excited. We're excited about just taking this to a higher vibration, to enjoy our life, to enjoy love, and just to support each other. So it really is, for us, all about peace. It's all about love, and it really is all about freedom. Welcome to Home of I
At this time, I offer a very brief meditation. I invite you all to join me in this guided meditation for gratitude. There are many different ways to meditate, a multitude of methods, and no one way is the right way. I believe it's just important to do what feels right for you. Sometimes you may have a mantra or focus. Sometimes you just want to sit and be still with no words or thoughts at all. But tonight, I'd like to focus on gratitude. There are 86,400 seconds in a day. And I think it's important to use at least a few of them every single day to be grateful. So please sit back, get comfortable, relax, close your eyes. Begin to pay attention to your breathing. Take slow, mindful breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Begin to think about just how lucky you are. What are you grateful for? Focus on at least 3 things or people in your life that you are grateful for. Breathe in and breathe out. And as you exhale, send some extra gratitude to those things or people in your life that you are grateful for. Continue to breathe deeply in and out. Breathe so deeply that you surround yourself, that you drench yourself in gratitude. Breathe in. Breathe out. I ask that you notice how being mindful and grateful makes you feel. Peace, gratitude, happiness. Now open your eyes and continue to carry those good feelings with you.
Thank you so much, Queen Jacinta. Appreciate you. And this time we're going to ask a wonderful musician. He's actually a master drummer by trade, and he's expanded his talents and music ability to working on his piano and voice. And he's going to bless us today with a song. So thank you, DeMaxx, for coming on and blessing us with a song. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Let's continue our meditation. Hopefully the audio, the quality is good enough for you to feel what we're about to do. We're going to segue further, deeper and deeper within. This is originally my way, but we got a different arrangement we'd like to share with you. Near. And so I face the kids on. I'll take my kids on which of which
Thank you, DeMaxx. Thank you. And now, it is my great pleasure to introduce our featured presenter, Claudette Alexander-Thomason, also known as Queen Cleo. Claudette is an accomplished literary performing and teaching artist who hails from Washington, D.C. Alexander-Thomason believes in the power of words to create. In the beginning, one of her passions is to witness, either as an artist or audience member, the living word, especially on the stage. With over 30 years of theater experience, Professor Alexander-Thomason presently serves as a college professor, teaching English and public speaking at Georgia Piedmont Technical College, coaching up-and-coming artists, and serving as the Theater Arts Ministry Coordinator at her home church in Lithonia, Georgia. Please join me in welcoming Queen Cleo.
Greetings and salutations, everyone. I thank you so much, Mr. DeMaxx, for that rendition of I Did It God's Way. I got something for that too. Miss Jacinta, excuse me, Queen Jacinta, thank you so much. Where did you get that bio? I might need to use it again. I don't remember sending it, but thank you so much for that. Guys, I am really excited to be here this evening. There was something that the song, which was written by Frank Sinatra, excuse me, it was sung by Frank Sinatra. Many others have done this. I Did It My Way. But I love the fact that Max wanted to change those words to say, I did it God's way. And so as I was thinking about this evening, I thought about this from Bill Withers, who said, and who is God and what is he to you? Now, of course, the words are, and who is he and what is he to you? But we know the way that we look at life. And there are so many different people who look at life and that being that created all of us. It can be he or she. Some people say universe, others say creator, some say Yah. But at this point in time where we are, as Lacan said, we're in a place where I like to call a universal pause. I believe that we've been put on this pause so that we could get closer to the one who created us, get to learn God's way, so that once this lifts, and it's not going to lift all the way, that's not what I believe is going to happen, because we'll not get back to what we thought was normal. And the question becomes, do we want to? Anyway, it was this time that we were supposed to use to get close to the Creator, whoever he or she is to you. And get your marching orders, as one of the sisters in my church used to say when I was a little girl. You need to pray and listen and get those marching orders and move in the path that you were given. The other thing that we talked about earlier today, and that I've been talking with a lot of friends of mine, because that's basically all we can do these days, since we have been what the planet, or other people would like to say, quarantine or sheltered in. I was telling the guys earlier today that I have to look at this as a retreat, a time where we go in and we replenish and we get the things going that we need to get going, so that once things begin to lift, we can go out and do what it is we were purposed on the planet to do. And that is to sow good seed. I've always believed that. Always believed in universal law, which speaks to sowing and reaping. And I've had many people who've come to me to tell me things like, America is reaping what she has sown. Very well could be. Or things like, we're being punished. And I'm like, what? No, I don't go there. I don't go there at all, because I've always believed, or let me stop. Within the last 20 years of my time on the planet, I have learned that there's no need to regret, because everything that we do, every experience that we have, we're either going to learn something from it, but either way, it is a blessing. Whether our hearts are broken or whether they're strengthened, we've learned something. And so it's always a win-win situation. And what I'd like to know as we go through this is how you're feeling about where you are right now. My youngest daughter's favorite series of books and movies is Harry Potter. A lot of people had real issues with that particular piece. And I'm like, why? We have to look at everything or as much as we can that's presented to us. And she gave me one of her quotes that I really like. I want to share it with you, please, this evening. She said, of course, it's all happening in your head, but why should that mean that it's not real? Of course, it's all happening in your head, but why should that mean that it's not real? And when she said that, that struck a chord in me, because I've heard so many people say that this doesn't seem real, or what's going on right now is all in our heads. And I'm like, okay, if you think so, but does that mean that it's not all in our heads? Does that mean that it's not real? And those are the kinds of things, those are the kinds of questions that I've been asking myself as I have been on this retreat. And there was something that DeMaxx said earlier today when I talked to him and Lacan about us being on a retreat. Do you remember what that was?
Now, I thought Lacan might have muted me, but what I had said was the connotation of words in relation to victory are as such, where you're correct. We are in a pause, we are in a retreat, but we only retreat so that we can regroup and then move forward towards victory. That's
Right.
what I said.
Okay, just wanted to remind myself because I didn't remember a lot of that today. And these are some of the things that I'd like for us all as a group to talk about. That that person in me who likes to hear what others are saying about this particular subject, this area that we're talking about. I did it God's way, but it depends so much on how you see God and who God is to you and what your experiences have been with that. And I think in a time such as this, that we need to really talk and share our feelings about that. And so, Lacan, if you would like to guide that, that would be great be great as we do takeaways, because the thing that I love about this platform is that it's about vibrations. It is about how we're feeling, how spirit is moving, okay? Life is short. And I'm learning that more and more every day as my oldest son turned 40 on Sunday. And it blew me away because I'm like, thank you. There's no way in the world that little boy is 40. But I remember like it was yesterday, bringing him into the world. I remember the day, I remember what I had on all those years ago. And my aunts, I remember them all at the table talking about how short life is. And girl, don't you know this happened 50 years ago? Do you remember so-and-so? And I'm like, 50, y'all are old. But what I'm realizing is that I'm in that place now. And it didn't take me a long time to get here. And as I look at this pandemic, I've been calling it a scamdemic for as long as it's been on, and how the world, the entire planet, has responded to this. I'm not just talking about humans being, I'm talking about the planet. I'm talking about the animals. If you guys remember the first couple of months that we had to be in for real, and no one was really going out, no one was doing beaches, no one was doing, the land, the earth was healing. Did anybody remember reading about that? I believe I read it in National Geographic, and there were a couple of other places where I read that. But the earth was beginning to heal. And that said a lot to me. Like, the planet can exist without us.
Yes.
But we cannot exist without it.
Yes.
And so are we going to do it God's way? The one who created all of this? Or are we just going to do it my way?
1 second. Can I interject real quick, please?
Absolutely.
So my connotation, my definition, my research has revealed to me that our ineffable creator, ineffable, just a word that means transcends words.
Mm-hmm.
Our ineffable creator has created laws, created forces. The science that we're now experiencing is, I'm not trying to use no big words, but these words were the words that the universe used to instruct me. So we've got oncology, which is the study of cancer. We've got ontology, the study of the nature of being.
Yes.
There are forces right now on Mother Earth that are oncological negative forces. And if we don't manifest the strength to retreat, pause, regroup, and kill the cancer, then we die with the host. They've got misnomers of the end of the world. No, the world, your world might end, but Mother Earth, M.E., mighty enlightenment does not end.
Right.
Go ahead,
Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And that's absolutely true. We talked also about the many giants who have done so many different things and made a difference on the planet, which is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to leave it better than we found it, if that's possible. But we talked about DeMaxx earlier today, and we talked about the fact that he has been called anointed. My sister friend, Alexander-Thomason, said that he was anointed, but he was not consecrated. And then you came in, DeMaxx, and talked about the trap music that I don't know a whole lot about.
Define consecrated. Queen, define consecrated for us, please.
Consecrated, meaning that you have laid down your life, that you have laid down, you've been touched by the God force, which consecrates you, that cleans you, that purity that you have. And what Iyanla was saying was that—
you can't use the same word to define a word. Excuse me, Professor, you can't use the same word to define a word. But go ahead.
Yes, I can, because I can. Anyway, the purity, it deals with his being pure.
Empowered.
He's being set aside for a good work. At least that's the way that I was taught it. Consecrated, that he has been set up to do a good work. All right. So he was anointed, but he did not do a work in such a way that it made a positive difference in the lives.
Wait a minute, it was God's way. Hold up. What he did was God's will, was God's way. Now, now we're flipping the script.
Okay.
Now I'm playing good cop because I was playing bad cop, but I was saying because of the hip hop generation and those that are vulnerable to our teachings, that DeMaxx's lyrical content was the predecessor to today's trap music. And the reality of today's trap music being Black genocide, being the manifestation of an evil machination that is in the same category as white supremacy and these other ignorant negative manifestations. They have to evolve. So you corrected me. You said DeMaxx was doing God's will. Back up off the brother. I was like, well, I've got a 23-year-old, and because of DeMaxx, he feels empowered to do self-genocidal activity.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Somebobody's car went off. I hope you guys don't hear that. Okay. Okay.
Can you guys hear me by chance?
Yes.
Yeah,
Can
we hear
I
you both.
interject? May I interject?
You
Okay.
absolutely may.
Okay, because I need for you to bring this back to the subject matter, which is we're doing it God's way. So what does that picture look like? And keep it simple, sweetie.
Okay, let me say this.
Which sweetie are you? Okay.
I hope it's me, but it's both of us are her sweeties. But nevertheless, I'm going to say victory, power, control. Victory, power, control.
Victory, power, and control.
Yes.
And that's all God. Victory, we have victory in following God's way. Power, the power is given to us, the authority on this earth. And control. That's where we get into trouble.
But we've got free will. Well, God gave us free will.
Can I finish my statement, please? Okay. Yes, he's given us free will, control. That's where we get into trouble. That's what I was saying. Yes, we have free will, but oftentimes our free will take us off the path. That was God's way for us. And so that's where we get into that trouble. Now, you can agree or disagree, but I know with my few decades on the planet, I've seen that to be true. Okay. I believe the God that I serve is one who has will, and there is a permissive will, because sometimes there are things that Claudette or Cleo wants, and I just want it because I want it. Right. And so I go after it, and I find myself experiencing things that I really didn't want to. Okay. And because of the fact that God is God, who she is, when I call on that force, that major force, to help me, and oftentimes that's all I have to say is help me, then I get that help, and I find the path back to where I need to be. Now, this does not mean that I don't have to deal with the consequences of my own actions, because that's something that we all have to do. It's called sowing and reaping. You drop that seed, however you drop it, wherever you drop it, it's going to grow. And whatever ends up on that tree, is what you put there. Okay? Okay, Lacan, I'm just going to turn it back over to you, because Penny, I love you. She's always that kind of person that says, keep it on track, keep it where it's supposed to be. The hope that I have is that we will all purpose to vibe at a higher vibration. Yes. And the highest vibration that there is on the planet, in the universe, is LOVE.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'd like to thank both of you, Queen Cleo and King DeMaxx, for coming on and sharing your energy. You know, this is a very neutral platform. We have a plethora, right, of different of different spirits that will come on and share a variety of their awarenesses and their expansion and their movement. So I really appreciate that. There's no judgment. It's a neutral platform, and you get to come out and share your love. So we really appreciate that. DeMaxx, I really appreciate your love musically, to come out and just groove and just let it flow. So really love you, brother. Really appreciate that.
Love you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. At this point, we try to open up the floor so you guys can unmute your mics. We call this kind of as a combination of this open floor. There can be some questions to our presenters, or there can be some takeaways. Right? We'll take maybe about 10 minutes, 10, 12 minutes or so, and just share. As a small group of us, a very intimate but very powerful group. I'm looking at everyone out here, and we have some future presenters here that will be coming forward during 2021, which is going to be powerful. But please, the mics are open, and we'll share for a few. That we have a wonderful artist who's going to close us out. She's a powerful Miss Panthea, I'm sorry.
Panthea.
Yes, ma'am. Panthea is going to come close us out. So right now, the mics are open. So please come share your thoughts and your love.
Well, one thing, Panthea was the goddess, the third voice. There were two female voices. Panthea is the third stooge within the Cleo, DeMaxx, Panthea trinity. But yes, you will feel her at the end. There is a very interesting manifestation of light. And as we've all done the best we can do to be victorious, to control our power, here we are. We shall edify one another. We shall check each other. If you playing checkers and the game is chess, we're going to check you. Because that's it. That's all. All right. Let me open up the floor. Let me get out the way.
Thank you.
Thank you. I see a very good friend of mine here. Haven't seen him in a long time with his handsome self, Dr. Clifton Coates. I need for you to say one or two things, at least. Dr. Coates?
Brother Lakon, DeMaxx, and Cleo, and to all the other assembled brothers and sisters to this forum right here. The one thing, when I was invited, I was intended on chilling, you know, but I know when Cleo and I know when Max see me hanging out somewhere, they're gonna pull me to say something. But let me just be brief, okay? I'm always examining, I'm always looking at spiritual things, and I'm always weighing them based on our experience with this color skin and how these things have been brought upon us in the first place. And so the one thing that I had to do for myself many, many years ago was de-Europeanize my spiritual experience. And let me explain what I mean by that. Our experience as Black folk, colored, Negro, African American, whatever you want to call it, has always been predicated on the European.
Yes.
And the things the European wanted us to know. So many years ago, I read a book. I read a book called Path of the Masters. As a matter of fact, Max has that book. I blessed him with that book. And here's what the whole purpose of Path of the Masters. And I want you to listen to that title, Path of the Masters. In other words, masters at different millennium, at different times during history, have been placed on this earth to lead us in particular directions. And because those masters followed a particular path, as you said earlier today, tonight, Cleo, of the creator, okay? And how we got distracted is every time a master was placed on this earth, we stopped following the path and we started following the master. So then when that master left this earth, when that master died, then we turned following that master into religion.
That's correct.
And so therefore, for my 2 cents, what we have to get back to is following the path instead of following the masters.
Okay, but define path, doctor. Define path in layman's terms. I know how you can go, but I'm saying define all of the masters came here to teach us love.
Okay, yeah.
But define the path.
Okay, let me give an example for what it's worth. I don't have any doubt whatsoever on that book that we call Biblos, or the word. I don't have it. I promise you, this is not about that for me, because I can take you through the word and show you some things that you wouldn't even have believed that they were there. But because it had not been decoded, we hadn't been taught how to decode it, we're following what our preachers have told us over time. So to get back what Max was talking about the path, we were sent here with instructions. And I'm talking about from the original beings that inhabited this space. We were sent here with instructions that told us what to do, how to do it. And that's why some of you who are sophisticated, Lacan, you know what I'm saying when I say this. That's why they called the Bible the basic instructions before leaving Earth. You know, because they were just foundational instructions that we were supposed to be given prior to us reaching that state of enlightenment. And so the path was the path to love, was the path to how we were to treat people that came into this space. And we got off that path. So I'm gonna continue to lay back, because you know how I can get Cleo, you know I love you, you know I've known you 40 years plus 45 years. And Max, you know we've known each other since we were 12, 13.
Dr. Coates,
but I just wanted to be here for a minute with Lacan, since
yes,
he and I met on the phone a little while ago. I thought, and I appreciate you, Cleo, but I didn't want to take up the entire time.
No, we appreciate the love and the power and the energy from you, Doctor. And the floor is open. You know, we have a few minutes. If someone else would like to come on and share some love, some insight, we have some very powerful people on here. Please do so.
I would like to say I'm honored. Lacan, very, very good format. I like the presentation from the very beginning to up to this point right now. Everyone has added their genius qualities, their God-like qualities. And I'm just happy to be a part of such a wonderful gathering of spirits, of humans, of loved ones. Thank you, family. Just wanted to acknowledge you all. Peace, love. And as our ancestor John Coltrane have left us these very powerful words, a love supreme.
Yes.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
I see you. Yes.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. So listen, moving forward, and like I said, I have my eyes on a few of you, including you, Doctor. I'm going to ask you to come on and grace us with being a presenter in the future. So I will definitely get your phone number from Queen Cleo and see if we can have a conversation. But at this point, we'll start to wrap it up. It's been great. It's been powerful. We have a very talented and fantastic vocalist that I've just had the honor to meet over Zoom. I am hoping and hopeful that I will have the pleasure to accompany her one day. It would be very wonderful. So we're going to ask Queen Panthea if she would come on and unmute her mic, and she's going to take us out and bless us with a song, a closing song.
No complaints and no regrets. I still believe in chasing dreams and placing bets. But I have learned that all you give is all you get. So give it all you've got. Ooh, I've had my share. I've drank my fill. And even though I'm satisfied, I'm hungry still to see what's down another road beyond that hill and do it all again. So here's to life and every joy it brings. So here's to life. It's to dreamers and their dreams. Funny how the time does fly. how love can go from warm hellos to sad goodbyes and leave you with the memories you've memorized to keep your winters warm. For there's no yes in any of my yesterdays, and who knows what tomorrow brings or takes away. As long as I'm still in this game, I'm gonna play for laughs, for life, for love. So deep from my heart, I'm singing, here's to life, here's to life, and every joy it brings. Here's to your life, for dreamers and their dreams. May all your storms be weathered, and all that's good get better. Here's to life, here's to love, here's to you. And may all your storms be weathered, and all that's good get better. Here's to life, here's to love, here's to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Listen, we really want to thank everyone and wishing everyone a wonderful week. Thanking my dear wife Jacinta for blessing us with libations and meditation, and Brother DeMaxx for giving us some wonderful artistic expression. For Queen Cleo for coming in and being a fantastic presenter, and of course Panthea, we really appreciate your love and that powerful song. Just wishing you guys a powerful week and a powerful weekend and a great life. We'll be here next month. I'm going to ask a great mentor that I'm working with, Baba Bay. I'm hoping that he has time on his schedule to come and present some of his wonderful power and love with everyone. So until then, it's all about peace, all about love. It's all about freedom. Guys, have a wonderful evening, okay?
Much peace.
Much peace.